some of these smart devices in your home might be a little bit too smart. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Amazon settling a lawsuit for $30 million as it relates to their products in your home that could compromise your privacy. You see, here's the thing. You have all these Ring cameras, Alexa, a lot of things that you talk to, things that have cameras on them, microphones on them, in your home, outside your home. This, if it is used in an inappropriate way, could violate your privacy, because you got to ask yourself a question. If these devices are hooked to the internet, can anybody just see that? Now, I don't mean hackers and whatnot. They can see it. That's a different story. I digress. I'm talking about people that have access to these devices to work on them remotely. So let's say, for example, you have a Ring camera outside your home and it is hooked to the internet, and these videos that are on your Ring camera go to some kind of cloud-based service. Then Amazon brings on cloud engineers to work on the server and whatnot. At a certain point, this engineer may come in contact with your videos. And the problem is that some of these people did have access to your videos when they shouldn't have. You see, sometimes it's necessary for them to see your stuff, but sometimes it's not. And regardless of that fact, they still were able to see some of your videos, to hear some of your conversations, to hear some of the background noise that that you may not want them to have. Now, before I go any further into it, let's roll the clip. If you want to see it in full without my commentary, y'all know what to do. Links in the bio. Also, if you're on IG, visit the link in the description box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
So listen, we've learned late tonight that Amazon is paying out something like $30 million in settlements for maybe violating the privacy of you and your kids.
Let's pause for a second. Okay, the money amount here they're going to get into, the money amount is totally irrelevant in my humble opinion. $30 million. How much is that really to Amazon? Jeff Bezos has that in his pocket just for going to the casino over the weekend. All right. So that's nothing to Jeff Bezos to write that check and settle the money. The most important thing here is your privacy. Let's get into the video, shall we?
First, the Ring doorbell. You know the Ring doorbell. Maybe you have a Ring doorbell. Turns out Amazon has to pay nearly $6 million as part of a settlement with the FTC, which says the company let workers and contractors access people's videos when it wasn't totally necessary for them to do their jobs. Also, Alexa. Amazon now has to fork over something like $25 million to settle allegations that Alexa violated the privacy rights of kids. The FTC.
Now, Alexa, that's the voice-activated device. Just say, hey, Alexa, and then you could ask it to do certain things. Well, with these devices, although they may not necessarily be camera-enabled, it can record your voice and other ambient noise in the background. So if you're just talking, having a conversation, the device is still listening and it can still record you. It's only going to activate when you say certain keywords for it to activate. But in order for it to hear the certain keywords, it has to always be listening and at a certain point recording. You see?
FTC says Amazon kept voice and location information of younger users for years. Amazon, in a statement saying to NBC News, while we disagree with the FTC's claims regarding both Alexa and Ring and deny violating the law, these settlements put these matters behind us. I want to bring in legal analyst Danny Savalas. And Danny, these are things that people all over the country have in their house, right? Like a Ring doorbell, Alexa, like stuff that is used all the time. Talk to us about these FTC claims about violation of privacy.
We'll start first with Alexa. The allegations there were essentially that Alexa and Amazon violated federal law that prohibits the recording of children's voices and keeping those recordings indefinitely. But moving over to the Ring allegations, which are much scarier, the FTC alleged that Ring employees and third-party contractors, including one maybe in Ukraine, had unfettered access to customers' Ring feeds. And
Ukraine? How did Ukraine get involved in this? What's really going on? Senator corruption appearing to be a little bit more corrupt. And before he continues, wasn't there some kind of movie or something based upon Ring camera footage? I'm not sure if Amazon put it out or who was behind it. And I'm not sure if they were able to like request the people like to see if their videos could be in the movie. But I do remember something like that happening. Let's back up a little bit so we can get the full context of what my man right here is saying.
Contractors, including one maybe in Ukraine, had unfettered access to customers' Ring feeds and video and images, and they could just view them whenever they wanted. So there's some pretty scary allegations in there about security in the Ring devices, because some people not only use them at their front door, they may use them inside. Inside the house as well. So a lot of very serious security concerns here. And even if Amazon may have settled and says in a statement they're putting things behind them, one wonders if the people who may have been captured on those videos and their information is out there somewhere, whether they can truly put it behind them if they don't even know that they've been recorded and maybe viewed by Amazon employees or maybe even third parties.
So to this point, like, just to be totally honest with it, I know somebody here I was talking to has 9 Ring cameras, like, in their house, inside, outside, whatever. And
9 Ring cameras, you asking for it at that point. You know, I don't have any Ring devices. I have a different doorbell camera, and I just have one. Okay, I have other security devices, but I just have one doorbell camera, and it's not a Ring. And I would not put that kind of thing inside my house, not at all. And one of the things that I'm going to look for any kind of Ring type camera or any kind of security camera is local storage. I don't want that to be on the internet at all, because what's going to happen is it'll be available for someone to see. And I don't want that kind of information out there. Okay. If the police need it, okay, I can give it to them if they request it, and it could be from my house rather than going to some server where someone else could have had it. I don't want that to happen at all, because now we got a back door. Remember the whole thing about iPhones and their back door? I think the police were requesting a back door into an iPhone to bypass encryption. That'd be a bad thing. And that's the equivalent of what's happening here. They got a back door right into your house. I don't think that most of us want that.
I was like, wow, did you hear this story? Like, we're going to report on it tonight. It just happened. And they said, oh, well, at least it means it'll be fixed, right? In other words, they'll figure out the security issues and stop it. Is that happening? Is that going to be the case here? In other words, is this alleged security issue going to be addressed?
Yes, at least that's what Amazon is promising, that they, going forward, will look backwards and delete all of the offending information. For example, when it comes to the federal law prohibiting recording of children's voices, and definitely they'll go back and delete that information. As to some of the customer video information from Ring, they're going to go back and address those concerns. But those promises are just that, a promise. People whose identities or their facial images may have been compromised really don't have any way of double checking on that. It's just an assurance by Amazon at this point, although there appears to be an additional promise to notify those who may have had their security breached. Whether or not or what form that will take remains to be seen.
So there we have it. Okay, $30 million settlements from lawsuits over privacy concerns relating to Amazon devices, the Ring camera and also Alexa. I can't really say I'm surprised here, not at all. These devices, and, you know, before I say anything else, it's not just Amazon doing this. Okay, understand there's quite a few of these devices out there, things you can talk to in your house, you know, smart devices. Your phone is a whole different story. I won't even get into that, so I digress. But aside from your phone, which is also very sensitive, you have other devices. You got smart this and smart that. A smart refrigerator might even be recording your voice and uploading it to some server that someone can access, and you have no idea who they are. Same thing with anything with a camera on it. Ring camera, security camera, internal, external, whatever it is, it might be able to see you. And the same thing, just like the old school laptop, where it's got a camera on it, that can be accessed as well by a hacker or somebody else. Who knows? It could be an employee with the company. You never know. And you got a lot of these devices that come from overseas. Well, every device, like any kind of cell phone, is going to come from China, Taiwan, somewhere, usually China. But some of the Chinese manufacturers, like, remember Huawei, they put the spyware right on your phone. So when you're using it, it's spying on you right there. TikTok, same thing. So there's quite a bit of spying and snooping and whatnot going on. Amazon is just one company of many doing the exact same thing. So as I close, I want to say this. If you want some privacy, limit the number of devices in your home. It's that simple. A lot of these smart devices, like your Ring camera, I definitely do not advise putting a doorbell camera inside your house. That's just a little bit too much, because the whole thing about that is that they upload to the cloud. You don't want that. The security is not really there. It's not really tight the way it needs to be. If you want security cameras, you need to have a system that has local storage, meaning offline storage, meaning if the internet goes down, it can still work. That's what you want. So we might need to go old school, get the old ADT, non-internet connected stuff, get some of that back going on, and just get better cameras on them, because some of these videos I've seen from these cameras, my good, you're talking about Bigfoot, Blair Witch Project, found footage is a little bit too grainy and ridiculous for me. But I don't think we have to sacrifice privacy just for an updated image that is able to be seen by anybody with a pair of eyes. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with the Amazon lawsuits? Do you think that it's just Amazon doing this? Are there other companies doing the exact same thing? How many of these devices do you have in your home? Somebody said they had 9 Ring cameras inside and outside. That's crazy. I mean, where do you live? You live in Fort Knox? And if you do live in Fort Knox, you're going to probably make Fort Knox more vulnerable with those devices than you are securing it. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I say limit these devices, okay? It might make your life a little bit easier, but at what cost? Your privacy? People will have these big, crazy walls, gates, fences, cameras, all of that for security, but they are making themselves less secure, because now people can have the inside look in your home. They can see the schematics. They can hear your voices. They know your work pattern. If someone was to have access to that and they wanted to do something to you, they wanted to rob you or kidnap, they got the blueprint right there. So don't make yourself more at risk. Please be aware of your privacy and don't take it for granted. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.